guys, how you doing? Minasan konnichiwa, my name is Cheese and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reacting to My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 25. Yeah, we're finally here. This is the final episode of this season. It felt like a very long journey for some reason, probably because we covered quite a lot of things, but in the previous episodes we had a lot of focus on the League of Villains and the Liberation Army. Now we got like the full story. We know how they came to work together as one. They're now working under one name, the Something Liberation Front. I can't believe I already forgot the name. But you know, now they're stronger than ever. We've seen how the League of Villains has gotten stronger as well. We got the entire backstory of Shigaraki as well. And that was intense, you know. It also really surprised me how graphic it was, you know, with especially the scene where he killed his family, you know, with all the blood and the body parts. You know, it was very graphic for a show like My Hero Academia, so that's what really surprised me. But seeing his backstory, it completely makes sense why he is the way he is right now. But yeah, now we know how that whole group got established, and Shigara is also supposed to get some sort of new power as well, so we'll also have to see what that is about. What kind of power is he getting? And we'll probably kind of shift back to the hero side as well. And I think that's how they're gonna conclude this season for now. So yeah, I'm just curious to see how they're gonna wrap up this season. So without further ado, let's hop right into the episode. So let's go. Alright, I'm ready. So I'm gonna start the episode in 3, 2, 1. Go. 1 month earlier. Man. Oh! Hawks was there as well? Oh my gosh. That's the best genist. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Yeah, that's a very powerful group. Exactly. They have a lot of strong connections with very influential people. Yeah, this is crazy. That battle is gonna be insane. A Becker. Oh man. He gotta act fast, as he usual does. The embodiment of destruction. So he can cause more destruction. Alright. He's not gonna underestimate them. Damn. Yeah, right. Like, he really destroyed his own body in that final attack in the previous episode as well, you know? He went all out, and we really saw that in the way it affected his own body. quirk singularity. Alright. He's not interested about the theories and everything. For 4 months. Oh my gosh. Damn. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So he has been going through the treatment for like 4 months. And eventually the goal is to create some kind of like quirk singularity, as he explains. I don't know. I have a feeling that Shigera is gonna be dangerous. He's gonna be a monster at the end of it. I'm so curious to see how he's gonna end up. But yeah, also, Best Jeanist, oh my goodness. I was so scared, you know. They also already quite a couple of episodes ago, you know, where we saw how Hawks attacked him. But they didn't show what actually happened. So, I don't know, it was also the way they showed it that made me think that it could have also possibly been an imposter, that it wasn't actually Hawks. But I don't know. Maybe Hawks himself could have done that, you know, to gain trust from the League of Villains. I don't know. But we also saw that Dobby was a bit suspicious as well, you know. It's like, I don't know whether you really killed him. But yeah, for now, Hawks is safe still. But then I hope Best Genius is actually alright. The present. Alright. Aoyama. Alright, he has improved as well. Nice. Right. But alright, we're finally getting back to the hero side. Class A. Qua. Aww. It's nice that they're still friends, you know? Because they know each other from middle school. Alright. Oh, they're actually gonna tell us, like, for which hero they were working or doing their intern studies. Oh my god, honestly, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not gonna remember this anyways. Oh, that's that guy again. This hero, I don't get it. Like, can he even fight? I guess so. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be a hero, but still. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've never seen that hero before. Interesting. Endeavor. Hmm. Honestly, out of all these, all of this they just told me, like the most intriguing one was the one of Momo. Like they just introduced us to a new hero that I've never heard or seen, and they didn't even say like his chart number or anything. It was very mysterious, and that's why it was very intriguing. Hmm? Oh yeah, using the black whip. Whew, yeah, he's mastered quite well. Just moving forward. Nice. Aww. All Might's so proud. But oh my gosh, they. I mean, it's the final episode, so it's okay, but they didn't have to take that much time in showing where everyone did the internship, you know? It's okay. It's okay. Alright. Cute. They've both improved. What is he doing? Mhm. Yeah. They had quite a lot to deal with as well. Oh, Eri? Oh, her horn came out again. Yeah. Yeah, he cannot handle compliments, you know? Oh, yeah. The next quirk? I mean, we know that Midoriya has more quirks inside of him. Oh, I didn't know All Might had like notes on them. only four. Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Bakugo. Mm-hmm. Oh, those are the past users? Oh. Float? Oh. Shimanana, yeah. Shigaraki's mom. Or grandmother, I mean, sorry. Grandmother. We just had the whole backstory. Why does Baku have to talk like that? Wow. Alright. Leave the cooking up to Bakugo. Alright, they're having a hot pot party? Oh man. Now I'm craving for some hot pot. Oh man, now I'm getting hungry. This is crazy. Like, not even a year has passed since season 1, you know? We're already at the end of season 5 and it's still all within a year. That's crazy. uh, normally? He's made. He's meeting up with Stain. Right. Exactly. I mean, he worked on full throttle his entire career, and now he has to take it easy. Right. Paranormal Liberation Front. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I got it. Yeah, there was something about a hospital. Oh, see, look at this! All these wires and tubes and everything. X Day. Alright, it's the end of the episode and the end of the season. I mean, yeah. I think this is kind of what I expected from this episode. But it had some great moments and had some less great moments. And I think you guys might already know what I mean by that, you know? I think you guys might already know without me telling what I liked and disliked about this episode. Alright. Because they actually covered a lot in this episode, right? Like they kind of showed Shigaraki in the beginning of this episode. Then we got back to the hero side, and especially like Class A, you know. Then we had some quirk talk again, and with quirk talk I mean like talk about All for One and One for All, mainly. And also about the quirks of the predecessors of All Might, like the previous holders of One for All. And there's a little bit more. Oh, what a coincidence! Everyone's going on an expeditionary. Was it? Expeditionary something. Alright. Oh, these are already like snippets of season 6, I think, like what we'll get in season 6. Interesting. A little bit unnecessary though. Alright. So yeah, this was episode 25 of My Hero Academia season 5, and yeah, as I've just said, like I already talked a bit during the ending credits, but they actually covered a lot in this episode, like a bit of Shigaraki, a bit of Class A, back to Hawks, you know, a bit of All Might. Like they actually covered a lot. And there were bits that I liked and bits that I didn't like. So I like those moments where they actually talked about the battle that is coming, right? Like it's really... I wanted some kind of connection to what we've seen in the previous episodes. And bits that shows us what we might expect in season 6. Because I believe that season 6 is already confirmed. I mean, obviously, like this entire season was kind of like a prologue to that battle that is coming. So yeah, it would just be weird if there was no season 6, you know? That would be crazy. So yeah, I especially like those moments that kind of made that connection, you know? So how we started off with Shigaraki and talk about his new power, what they're intending to do with him. It was a little bit vague and complicated, so I kind of have to rewatch that part again to fully understand what they're trying to do with him. It had to do with some kind of quirk, singularity. So I'm just guessing that they'll add like multiple quirks within Shigaraki that will create some kind of singularity. At least that's my guess. And if I remember correctly, they were also planning to let him take over One for All as well. Or All for One, I don't remember. One of the two, you know? So yeah, that was very interesting. Especially to see Shigaraki kind of willing to become stronger because he knows, he's aware that he needs to get stronger. Otherwise, his body won't hold it when he has to fight those heroes. And that was interesting. Like, he no longer underestimates them. And that's what makes him more dangerous, you know? He's become more self-aware. And that's really bad news, you know? Because I feel like people get stronger when they also know their weaknesses. So, we'll see. We'll see how that whole transformation is gonna go. I mean, I think at the end of it, he'll become a monster. I think so. But then Hawks is also moving. He's trying to figure out every pieces of the puzzle. He's trying to tie everything together, get as much information as he can. So yeah, he's doing his job. And then I'm still worried about Best Genius, as I've said. Like, I'm just wondering, did he actually get taken down? Or is that a dummy maybe? Or I don't know. We'll see about that. So that was all like kind of on the villain side. And Hawks. I'm just including Hawks to the villain side for now because he's a spy and I know he's a hero. He's still on the good side, but you know, it's kind of ambiguous because he's working for both sides at the moment. But yeah, then we move to the hero side. We get once again a focus on Class A, which I also expected, to be honest. But this is where we get to the part which I didn't really like about this episode, and it's just how they once again like take so much time going through each student, every single student of the class, and say like where they did their intern study. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care, especially like the minor characters. I don't even remember anymore, and I think that's not even like relevant or anything, you know? Maybe if they show some kind of backstory in which they show the whole progress, which we saw with, for example, Uraraka and Tsuyu, and with Midoriya, Bakugo, Todoroki, then I would be more like, oh yeah, that happened as well. I still like understand their connection, and I see like what they've been through together in their work study. I mean, by just showing that Kirishima had this work study once again with Fat Gum, I was like, okay, that's cute. I mean, that brings all these memories again, you know, from the previous season. And I really like the chemistry, so that is very nice. But then, who was it? Like, someone also did their internship at the washing machine guy. And I'm like, that is so random, you know? I didn't really care, honestly. And the fact that I already forgot who it was about, that already shows that it was so pointless to show everyone's inter-study workplaces. But then there was just this one thing, about Momo, for example, that I found very intriguing because she did her intern study at a hero's place that I'd never heard of. I've never seen that hero before, so that is very interesting, and that could be something that they'll show more about in the next season, I think. That is okay, but in general, like, they spend so much time going through that entire class once again. It's kind of like those introductions they always do at the beginning of a new season, They always go through the entire class and explain what their quirks are. It was kind of like the same thing this time. And it's just very time-filling and just not very relevant, I would say. So I didn't really like that part. And also the after credits scene at the very end, in which they kind of showed like snippets of season 6 of what we could expect without having any context. Like, I don't know, it was just so unnecessary. So I didn't like that part either. Like, usually they could have showed like a cliffhanger and then it could make us excited for season 6, but it wasn't even like a cliffhanger or anything, it was just a little teaser without any like special meaning behind it. So yeah, I didn't like that part either. So yeah, that's kind of what I liked and disliked about this episode. In general, it was an okay episode, I guess. But yeah, it was kind of what I expected, to be honest, I kind of expected that they would end the season like this. Just with a bit of like villain stuff, a bit of quirk stuff, and with some wholesome class moments. And that's exactly what we got, So it is okay. It's okay. So that's enough about this episode. I also want to talk a bit or give my review of the entire season. And to be honest, like, it's been a long season, It's been 25 episodes, so we covered a lot. And to be honest, it was definitely not my favorite season. And that's because it felt very time-filling. We had a lot of fillers this season, even like a filler arc, you could say. That entire arc in which we had that joint practice between Class A and Class B. If you look at like the total picture with the Liberation Army and the League of Villains and the entire progress, and with Hawks as a double spy, just if you look at that whole entire picture, then that whole joint practice didn't have like any relevance at all to the rest of this whole story. Like, maybe the only thing that was relevant was Midoriya going on a rampage and manifesting his new powers and Uraraka saving him, That was maybe like the only part that had like any relevance to the rest of the story. Like, as we've seen in this episode, it showed like how that little crisis led to their progress, and how much stronger they've gotten. But other than that, I mean, like, I've forgotten most of the fights already, to be honest. I mean, it had some great moments as well. We've seen how some of the students from Class A have gotten a lot stronger as well. But we didn't see them for the rest of the season. So that's what I mean, like, we've had some good moments, but they didn't build onto that for the rest of the season. So if you look at like the total picture, that whole arc, it was okay. It was okay, but just irrelevant. So then we moved on to the second intern studies, and that also had like its ups and downs, I really like those moments with Endeavor. We had a big focus on Endeavor and the Todoroki family as well. But then we also had like some filler episodes with Uraraka and Tsuyu, with that beach episode. It was weird. Like, we had some weird things in between that really felt like a filler and just unnecessary. And even those episodes that were very focused on Endeavor and his redemption and the Todoroki family, it also kind of felt like semi-filler. Like, there were some like moments of great development within those episodes, but sometimes they also very much dragged it out to make it seem very much like a filler, Like how they reused scenes that were already shown in previous seasons, It felt a bit too much, in my opinion. But then finally got a lot more interesting again when we were focusing more on the League of Villains and the Liberation Army. But that was also only like the past few episodes, It was really like the final bit of this season where it started to pick up again. So that was a bit unfortunate. I wish we could have seen more of that, yeah, I think like the main problem of this season was especially the pacing. There were a lot of episodes or scenes that just felt like filler, and I was like, that's so unnecessary. I mean, you don't have to necessarily fill up 25 episodes. You could also just leave out some content and just create less episodes, you know. That also means like less unnecessary work, and then they could have focused more on the more important scenes, you know. That's how I feel about the season in general. I definitely didn't hate it because, as I've said, it also had some great moments as well. There were moments in which the animation was great, and then I'm especially talking about some fights in the joint practice arc, but also in the past few episodes, during the battle between the League of Villains and the Liberation Army. It had some great moments as well. But the rest, it was okay. It was okay. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this episode and this season. So that's my reaction. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you could see my other reaction videos, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe. So in any case, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.